Do you got some of these in your lawn? Grubs can do some terrible things to your lawn. Let's talk about why you should get rid of them, when you should get rid of them, and how to get rid of them. Stick around. Hey everybody, welcome to Garage Gear, and I'm JB. And welcome to stage 6 of our lawn fertilizing program. Today is all about fighting off grubs in the lawn. Let's kill them all! Let's get one thing straightened out really quick. If you have been following along with my lawn fertilizing program, let's kill them all! Which I'll have linked all down in the description below. You'll recognize that most of what I put down on the lawn is organic. About 70 to 80%. The rest of what I put down on the lawn are mainly synthetics to basically kill off weeds, fight off disease, and things of that sort. I really try to avoid using synthetic products, but if something like grubs has the potential to threaten my lawn and potentially wipe it out, you bet your bippy I'm gonna be using a synthetic to protect it. So are grubs truly a threat to my lawn? Well, no. But they are in there. Sometimes if I am digging up spots in the lawn, I will randomly find a grub here and there. Sometimes I'll find them in our flower beds, or I could find them just about anywhere else on the lawn. Truth of the matter is, though, that they're not in high enough numbers to do any significant damage to my lawn. In fact, in the last 7 years that I've lived here, I've never had to do any crazy repair on my lawn due to grub worms. And what I owe that to is the consistency of my lawn fertilizing program. Here is tip number 1. Grubs typically avoid shady areas. Looking around my lawn, you can see that sunlight hits about 90% of it. Any little shaded areas, those aren't shady all day long. The sunlight still hits those areas throughout the day. So you can see that that's a lot of turf to defend. Now, if you have a grub problem, you're gonna know it. You're gonna either be walking through your lawn and maybe feel a soft spot, and you'll probably be able to pull up the turf like a carpet. It'll literally come up like a rug. Or you may be digging a hole and you may find a grub here or there in your lawn, and they'll be munching down on the root structure, and over time that can do some pretty serious damage. So let's get back to the workbench and talk about how to knock out all those grubs. So let's talk about the actual grub life cycle and how Japanese beetles or June bugs tend to take hold of your lawn. So what you can see here is you have your soil line, you have your turf on top, you have your roots down below. You can see here that I have the months of the year all laid out. So in January and February, not too much is happening, but once March, April, and May hit with all our heavy rainfall, these Japanese beetles start to wake up. They're in your lawn and they start to make their way to the surface. Right around June is when they start to peek their heads out and they start flying around. They start eating your bushes, your roses. They really love roses of Sharon. I remember when we had roses of Sharon bushes in our backyard, those things were constantly zipping around those things, eating them up. And while they're out flying around, they're also mating. And then from there, they lay their eggs, and then those eggs hatch and they release their grubs, and the grubs start to eat away at the root structure of your turf. And then eventually what happens in August and into September, you start to get these brown spots in your lawn. When the lawn finally comes out of its summer dormancy, right around September, October, you're gonna have these remaining brown spots, and I guarantee it, you go to pull those up, you're gonna find some grubs that have been munching away for the later part of your summer. Then what happens is, as the temperatures start to dip in October and into November, and when we get our first frost, these guys bury down deep into the soil through December, through New Year's, and then they kind of repeat their cycle all over again. Now, some people may say that they suffer from grub damage in early spring, maybe in April or May. That's not really the case, because the lawn is growing so vigorously, it will actually start to fight these guys off. So you don't really have to worry about putting down a grub preventative in the spring. What you really got to do is get them right when they're starting to feed, and that's going to be right around the June time frame. So the big question that I always get is, when do we put down grub prevention? It's always in June, because they're going to start munching on your lawn in July, August, and September. Now, I'm in Buffalo, New York, and usually the best time for us to put down a grub preventative is June. Now, if you're further south, you may want to put it down in May. And if you're further north, maybe you're looking at late June. So what are we going to use to fight these guys off, JB? So here we go. This is Scott's Grub Ex season-long Grub Killer. Apply in spring to early summer. Huh, so right around June time. And if we look here, remember I said you're pulling it up like a rug? Yeah, that's what it looks like. You'll see lots of little grubs hiding underneath your soil. Then if we look here at this photo, they actually did a pretty good job. Well done, Scotts. They're actually eating away at the roots of this grass. And then over here, you see nice thick roots. This product covers 5,000 square feet. I am actually going to be putting down 2 bags, because if we go back to my lawn map, you can see that up here, I have 10,000 square feet, or just above that. So when I round it off, 10,000 square feet, perfect. So now you can see here that this Scott's Grub Ex will last for about 4 months. And you can see down here that what it's going to stop is white grubs and the larvae of Japanese beetles. Perfect. Now this is a fairly inexpensive product, and I'll have this link down in the description below. This comes in a granular form, and we'll throw it down with our trusty Earthway spreader, which I'll also have linked down in the description below. Now, if you're unsure on how to throw this product down, watch stage 2 of my lawn fertilizing program. You'll see exactly how to fertilize your lawn and gain some tips along the way for that. Now, this stuff is actually pretty interesting. You must water it in. Throw down either a ½ inch of water from your sprinkler or wait for a rainstorm and put this down right beforehand. So what happens is this product, once you water it in, it gets into the roots of the grass plant, and then when grubs go to eat it, they immediately feel full and they don't want to eat anymore. And what happens is they stop eating and then die. So now let's get this guy in the spreader and get it around the yard. So looking here at our bag, there's some fine print here. It says apply at 2.87 pounds of product per 1,000 square feet. How the hell do you measure 2.87 pounds? Well, I don't have a weight scale that I'm going to put this on, but what I am going to do is just simply round this up to 3 pounds per 1,000 square feet. So 3 pounds per 1,000 square feet here on my Earthway spreader is going to be about a 14. So I'm going to set my dial, and that's it. We're ready to go. Let's load her up. Don't forget your PPE. Have some gloves on. All right, let's rip. Let's kill them all. Now let's say it's early fall and you're still seeing lots of grubs in your lawn and they're taking over. Well, you could throw down a 24-hour Grub Killer. Look for it at your big box store, and I'll also have one linked down below. This is a curative, it's not a preventative, but it will wipe them out relatively quick. You will still have to fix your lawn though, it will not fix itself. I avoid any preventatives with fertilizer in them. You're already fertilizing the lawn, so you don't need to really add any more at this point. Don't forget to leaf blow any grub worm preventative back into the lawn, and keep pets and people off of the lawn until it's watered in. That about does it. Go knock them dead. If you found any part of this video helpful, give me a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so that way you stay up to date with everything that's happening here at Garage Gear. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the garage.